Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So today, Pisces, for your meditative session, you guys got the Sage, number 7. I feel like a serious conversation is going to happen for you because the way that the three of them are looking at me, when I was like investigating the card, like just looking at it, meditating on it, they just looked at me so seriously and I was like, what the hell? Like, I just started laughing, like, what do you want? You know, like, I don't know, it's like they're dead serious for some reason. So I don't know if someone has to tell you something like, you know, very serious. If there's a conversation you're about to have that's very serious, but that's the vibe I'm getting, like a very serious conversation. I'm hoping that it's something positive, of course, always for you guys. You know, I love you guys, but I don't know, just a serious conversation happening. So yeah, Pisces, let's look more into this. It was crazy, Pisces, because I was beginning to shuffle and then I got like Peter Pan. And I'm like, the Sage versus Peter Pan, like that's a crazy, like that's a contradiction basically, right? Because a Sage is someone who's like been through a lot of experiences and I feel like he relishes in his age, right? He's kind of like Gandalf, like, you know, he's ancient, but like it's a good thing, right? And I feel like Peter Pan is the opposite, where he's like, I'm trying to like stay young even though I'm like 30 years old, right? So maybe this person that you're talking to, again, maybe it's like a serious conversation you're trying to have and they like don't like to have serious conversations. I don't know, maybe there's something versus, right? Like it's like the Sage versus Peter Pan, like, yeah, like someone just doesn't want to have that conversation. I don't know if it's you or somebody else, but yeah, Pisces, let's shuffle. So yeah, Pisces, I find like this is very interesting because we have the King of Earth, right? And I feel like this is, I mean, why did I say King of Earth? We have the King of Fire and the Queen of Earth. And I feel like the King of Fire is kind of our Peter Pan because I'm seeing right underneath them that they're coming up with like 2 pages, right? This page of coin and this page of sword. And I feel like they're creating this block in a sense because there's like this energy of not wanting to use what they learned, right? Like we have knowledge here, but then we don't have wisdom. Wisdom is like actually taking the knowledge and using it for like something really like, the word just came to me, for using it for something that's like actually gonna lead somewhere, right? And I feel like here with this 3 of Swords in reverse, it's like, yeah, I mean, it could be about heartbreak, but what I'm really getting at is that they're not like listening to the messages that they should be listening to. They're not like, they're like being like a Peter Pan, basically. Like they don't want to grow up. They're being a little bit immature. That's what I'm getting with the Page of Coin, Page of Swords. Like I love the Page of Coin and I love the Page of Sword, but in this reading, it's just reminding me of them trying to be like Peter Pan. Like they are getting a lot of like intuitive messages. They're getting like a lot of like things thrown their way where they can like take that lesson and use it, and then I feel like they kind of go into this Peter Pan mode. So I feel like we could be dealing, Pisces, with, you guys are dealing with like a masculine that's younger than you, because I just get this Peter Pan syndrome and it's like annoying me actually. And I love Peter Pan, I love that freaking movie, but like, I don't know, there's something about them just not wanting to do it. I guess it's fear, right, that keeps them like back. And I honestly think though, the good thing about this reading is that I'm seeing, I feel like they're moving past that, because with the two with the Two of Wands, right, this could signify a blockage to me personally. And I feel like with this block, right, comes like the World and Knight of Swords. So I feel like like this person is shifting through that energy. And also here on this side, I feel like they're shifting through it because we have the Three of Cups. And I feel like with this Three of Cups, it kind of, it's like allowing movement, right? So here we have this blockage, right? And then here we have this movement. So again, even with the Knight of Swords, this is the fastest moving knight, right? So there's movement. We're at the World, like an ending, right? Like a conclusion to something. And I feel like the conclusion is that they're not gonna like remain like for long in this Peter Pan mode, right? Because it's like, for what point, basically, right? Even here with the Youth card, I think it's a positive Youth card because it's coming up with the Three of Cups underneath it. So yeah, I think the person could be a little bit immature. I do think this person likes to party. I think this person like could have some sort of like issue with like, it's not even about being committed. It's like avoiding a commitment, avoiding a conversation, avoiding something. Again, that's what it was in the meditative session, right? A deep conversation that needed to be had. And it's like this person avoids it. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. It's like they avoid it. And it's like, again, it's annoying me because I know that like you want to have this conversation, but they're the ones that are like holding it off onto it. Like, nah, let's wait on this conversation. Like, I'm sorry I'm laughing. It's like exactly like Peter Pan. Like, he doesn't want to grow up, right? Like, that's why I was getting him. He doesn't want to grow up. Like, he wants to live forever as like a kid. And that's why he like runs away, right? Because he's like, they want him to like become an adult. He's like starting to grow up and he's like, no, I don't want to do this. And I feel like we all have been in this mode where like there's things that in our lives like we don't want to accept, like especially as women. I feel like there's things that like I feel like, you know, doing dishes and like cleaning the house, those like ultra like feminine roles as like that you end up having to do when you grow up. Like, oh, that's just a part of growing up, like those responsibilities. I can understand like a person not wanting to do this responsibility, like as to having this conversation. And again, like it's funny because I feel like that's why they run away with this Eight of Cups. It's not because like they are trying to be malicious. It's because I feel like this is like a little kid, like to be honest. I don't know who you guys are dealing with, but they're very innocent. They're very like, it could be immature, 100% immature, but I don't think they're doing anything out of like ill content. They're just literally like scared, right? And I feel like here with the Five of Cups, I feel like they're learning to like work through this blockage basically, which is a really positive thing with this Two of Wands. I feel like it's a blockage, but they're gonna learn from it quickly and they're gonna go fast. And like this is kind of the end of this cycle, this person kind of being in Peter Pan, because we did get the Sage in the meditative session, and I think it's really positive because it's kind of like, it could be signifying that you're this person, the Queen of Earth, is the Sage. But I feel like it's also just signifying this person like having to grow up and actually growing up, right? Because we go from like a very young energy to a very old energy, from like Peter Pan to the Sage, right? So yeah, it's really interesting. And I feel like they'll always be like this Youth card, right? Like, I don't think there's anything that you could do. Like, that's who this person is. So if that's not the person you're looking for, then maybe this person isn't for you. But I feel like this person will always be like this at heart, right? This youth. And I mean, that's just a part of who they are, right? And I feel like it can work for them when they decide to go with the flow, right? When they go with the flow, it's like a beautiful energy. But when they stop the flow and they stop, like, you got what I'm saying? Like, Peter Pan had to go all the way to Never Never Land, wherever it was, because you know, you can't stop the flow of growing up, basically. Like, you can't stay a kid forever. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna show all of you guys. And he ends up there, and he ends up like realizing like, fuck, I need to grow up. Or does he? I think he gets tempted by Wendy to grow up, which is like a feminine, right? But at the end of the day, he stays there. And I'm really hoping for this person that they decide to grow up, because, and I feel like they do, because the world is coming out, and the world has to signify some sort of conclusion, some sort of ending, right? So what else is showing me that it's like a change is that I feel like whatever that like used to hurt them in the past, I feel like it doesn't hurt them anymore with this Five of Cups. Like, they're not crying over like whatever it was, like they're not upset. They've gotten over something, and I feel like that's gonna help them to kind of get their ass like moving. And I feel like it's towards the Queen of Cups, and I feel like the Queen of Earth is the Queen of Cups too. And I feel like this Queen of Earth, she's being counseled that she's going, like, that positive shit is coming, right? Because the counselor's right underneath her with the sun, and the sun is the most positive card in the deck. So yes, I feel like yes, this person could be frustrating. Yes, this person that you're dealing with could be a little bit immature, but I feel like this is a really good sign, right, with the sun coming up. And I also feel like what's very positive about this read is the knowledge card, right? Like, the knowledge card is coming up next to both of you guys. So I feel like both of you are getting some sort of knowledge on one another. Like, maybe this person had to kind of grow up. Maybe you had to do some work yourself. But now there's like I like that this knowledge is between both of you, because maybe it's just you gaining knowledge on them and them gaining some sort of knowledge about you. They're like, oh, you know, like, she's not going to want a little kid forever. She wants me to grow the fuck up. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, there's definitely like learning, right? And I feel like you guys could have had a missed opportunity with the 6 of Wands in reverse, but I feel like it doesn't really matter, right? Because we have the Ace of Swords coming up to kind of clarify it at the end. So yeah, I do feel like this is like two people who, they might know each other. I mean, obviously, I feel like you guys know each other, and I feel like, you know, there has been like tough lessons and like things that you guys have been learning, and I feel like someone doesn't like want to withhold anymore, like their cup, basically, right? And I feel like they understand, like, there's knowledge on why this failed, basically. There's knowledge on what's been going on. There's knowledge on maybe you haven't been communicating, and they're like, okay, like, I kind of get that, right? And I feel like, again, with the 2 of Pentacles, it can mean some sort of stagnation, but again, I just feel like this all clearing up with this Ace of Swords. I just feel like this is all like stuff from the past that is going to be cleared up with a conversation. And this is the conversation I'm talking about. This is the conversation that like this person doesn't want to have, basically, right? Like the Ace of Swords and then all this bullshit right underneath. This person, because of them not wanting to kind of grow up, like this is all the shit that needs to be spoken about, and this is like what they don't want to talk about. But with the Ace of Swords upright, it's like, I feel like they're trying to let you know that like, like no one can go on without this conversation happening, basically. And I feel like this person's gonna start to understand that, and they're gonna have to like move forward, basically, right? I don't want to talk about like all the shit that like you guys need to talk about. Like, I feel like that's not really important. The important thing is like speaking about it and moving forward, right? I feel like there's like a mess in there. I mean, I can see why this person wants to avoid this conversation, because I see like there's a lot of shit here, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with them, with the Knight of Cups in reverse. But yeah, I see you coming up as the Queen of Cups, so I feel like that's them. But yeah, we're getting a lot of Knight energy and a lot of Page energy. So yeah, I 100% think that's them. And that's why they need to be the one to like bring this shit up and actually talk about it. But yeah, Pisces, very interesting. Let's pull some advice for you guys. So Pisces, you guys got life is speeding up, number 2. And that's what I feel like is going to happen really quickly for you guys. Like the Knight of Swords is here. This is the fastest night and the World card. So I feel like there is going to be some sort of completion to the cycle of, like, I feel like this conversation is going to have to happen again. And I think it's going to happen sooner than you think. And I think things are going to work out in a way where like it's going to be positive. Like things are going to speed up and things are going to end up working out. And why do I think that? Because we have Isis who talks about sexual energy, right? Like things can't not work out if we're talking about sex already. Do you know what I'm saying? The goddess of magic, Isis, sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. To be really honest, it talks about how Isis brings Osiris back to life through sex. And I just feel like there's something here with this, like, this King of Fire, right? Because he is coming up as a King of Fire wand, right? But also, like, with this Peter Pan complex, I feel like honestly sex is very important to this person. I just don't feel like they put a lot of emphasis on it because, again, I feel like this person kind of acts like a child a little bit. And I feel like you're like a grown-ass person, this feminine, and I feel like this feminine, this is like after the feminine brings this masculine back to life, right? Like he's sitting in this page and this night energy. And then I feel like when you guys end up being together, there's some sort of like renewal of this masculine's energy back to like, I don't know if it's like primal, basically, right? But I feel like sex is going to be really important to this relationship. This union is important to this person because I feel like it's like a completion to this person, right? Like this person, Isis is very much about like sex, but I also think it's about like that energy that's created between the two of you, right? When you're together, like actually intimate. And I feel like it does something for this masculine that makes him like become this king, right? Like there's something, again, remember how Wendy was like the only thing that could kind of get Peter Pan to get the fuck out of there? That's kind of what I'm getting with you guys. I love this reading. I love you guys so much. I hope this reading resonates, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.